Hey folks, today is Friday, January 12th, 2018. As usual, it's me, Jake, and we gotta talk about some video game stuff that has been going on. If you didn't watch last week, we're kind of in a temporary situation. We're at Andrew the new guy's house.
Heyo.
Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
It's very comfortable here. Yeah, now I just look like every other YouTuber out there. So thanks. Let's get right into the first bit of news, talking about a potential rumor of Xbox changing up their whole achievement system. Now, Mike Ibarra from Xbox had acknowledged that they are looking at and changing achievements in the past, but now, thanks to Microsoft Insider, it looks like we're actually getting some details. Now, take this all with a grain of salt. Some of this is speculation, but it looks like Microsoft is currently programming systems to essentially change the way players are rewarded and kind of take into account that some people just play one or two games and kind of sort of focusing on esports aspects. Basically what it looks like from here is that they are going to add a bunch of different and more gamification options to it. By gamification, I mean like more incentives, not just an achievement score going higher, but you can unlock more avatars and more little abilities for your account and little different designations. We don't really have a lot to go on yet, but I think the potential is interesting if you are a console player, because the whole achievement and trophy thing has been kind of the same. It's worked the same for a while now. From what it seems, this is going to be called careers, and it's going to flesh out essentially the way players earn things like they've done in the past. You get rewards and stuff. Now it looks like they're talking about possibly unlocking crates for certain abilities. That sounds bad, but it doesn't seem like they're going to monetize it. More interestingly enough is that aside from your gamer score, it looks like there are going to be levels and prestiges, so you're essentially going to be able to level up certain games you play and ranks that way. That's kind of called gamification. Interestingly enough too, this rumor suggests that this career system is also going to have a quest system where players can do certain things. If that sounds like achievements already, it kind of is, but I'm curious to see how in a whole bigger picture this is going to work out, because achievements and trophies have been around for many years for console players, and it hasn't really been shaken up too much. So if it looks like if Xbox is going to be the first one to do it, I'm curious to see how it's actually going to roll out and whether or not players are actually going to sink their teeth into it. Now, talking about some of the weirder practices in video games, we have talked about Bungie and Destiny and how they are working with the microtransactions and the Eververse, and essentially the way the game was programmed to incentivize players to spend more money. It looks like Bungie is definitely walking that back now, thanks to a lot of controversy, and also with the fact that thanks to their new forthcoming update, they have posted and directly acknowledged, like, hey, this is kind of how it came out, we're going to walk it all back. Basically, they're changing the tide from favoring Eververse back to favoring the players, especially with items that are granted now won't be exclusive to the Eververse, which is cool. Will it be enough to satisfy people? That's the big question. Destiny boy, what do you say?
I mean, I'm satisfied with the way it is, so yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I'm down to not be missing two pieces after an event.
Yeah, that's. I don't mean that as like keep it the way it is, but I mean like it doesn't bother me enough now to make me not play.
Okay.
But I would love to, get more.
I want that dawning chess piece.
Yeah, it's
I
bullshit.
didn't get it.
Yeah, because you don't. The way the dawning worked, like what a bright engram is.
I don't care. But in what was sort of a surprise, it really took a lot of the internet by storm. Nintendo dropped a mini Nintendo Direct with a lot of new stuff. First and foremost, we got Donkey Kong coming to Mario Rabbids, which is nice. We also got Luigi finally making a full appearance in Mario Odyssey with his own little spin-off hide-and-seek style game. I can't spend time talking about every single thing they announced, but they did announce a World Ends With You final remix version for Nintendo Switch, which is pretty cool if you never got your hands on the original. They also announced an entirely new Mario Tennis game, which looks pretty good. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is getting new life on Nintendo Switch, because I guess not enough people played it on Wii U. And the biggest announcement, at least for me, I'm excited, they announced the original Dark Souls Remastered, which is also being remastered on PS4 and Xbox One, but it's coming to Nintendo Switch.
And PC.
Yeah, and PC. Okay. Gotcha. I'm pretty pumped to play it once again. I think now at this time, I see a lot of people saying like, okay, Nintendo, like we're just getting ports and stuff, and I get that. But for me, this is my threshold, because I'm still excited to play Dark Souls again. And honestly, with them putting Wii U games on Nintendo Switch, the way not to come off like a fanboy, but the way I look at it is that they know a lot of people didn't play it on Wii U, so give it another shot. This was like a fast and dirty Nintendo Direct though, so I'm hoping that they are saving big stuff for an actual, real, pre-announced Nintendo Direct, but we'll see. Also, something a little bit under the radar, but for you PC folks, I think this is exciting. They announced that Final Fantasy XII, the Zodiac Age, the remastered version of Final Fantasy XII, is dropping on PC February 1st, so that's something you should look forward to, because it's really good. Oh, I missed the biggest news! How did I miss this? I meant to talk about this in the beginning. Cyberpunk 2077 does live. The Twitter account has officially reawakened for the first time since 2013. They tweeted simply this, just beep. I guess maybe that's a hint, like beep, like a heartbeat, like a sign of life. And that's cool, because if they're going to start ramping up showing more from that game, I'm all about it. There's a lot of people looking forward to this, and I just kind of want to see what the game is all about before I get too amped.
Shinobi also pointed out that before tweeting that, they weren't verified, and now they're verified.
Oh, interesting.
Today.
Interesting. And this bit of info, I think, is worth talking about, even if it's something that doesn't really strike your interest. Maybe Overwatch fans or esports fans. The Overwatch World League did go down, and it was a big deal. At the height of its broadcast during the first day on Twitch, it hit 350,000 people watching. That's a lot of people that seem to like competitive Overwatch, and that's insane. Even if you're not the biggest person into esports, I know I'm not, I still chalk that as a win for gaming. I hate to be like that, you know.
No, it is.
You know, totally. But in more important news, we got a new trailer for Detective Pikachu for 3DS. And not only that, I linked in the description below the English dub version of it so we can finally hear Detective Pikachu's real English voice. And it actually sounds like they went with someone that kind of sounds like Danny DeVito. And I'm okay with that. Not only that, but for some of you guys that are really into the Detective Pikachu thing, we're getting a Detective Pikachu Amiibo. And not only is he an Amiibo, he's a thick boy. He's way bigger than a regular Amiibo. Why? I don't understand, but I'll probably buy it. But in other news, something interesting that caught my eye last week, we didn't acknowledge it, Fable 4 apparently exists.
Is that good or bad?
Is that good or bad? I don't know. It's so the news is it's not being worked on by Lionhead. It is being worked on by a new studio. Basically, there were some rumblings on Twitter from people who are ex-Lionhead acknowledging that the game is being made and they're trying to figure out what studio is working on it. There is one Microsoft studio right now that is working on an unannounced game. But we don't really know for sure, but this seems the closest to me like a good rumbling that Fable 4 is actually a thing. And you know what? I'm still kind of okay with that because I like Fable.
Oh, me too. And after 3, I don't want Lionhead to make it.
Lionhead's not there. Who's going to direct them to make it so someone yells at you and goes, "Chicken chaser!"
Chicken chasing!
Oh, you chase chickens!
He chased chickens! But lastly, something else, there's just been a lot of good little announcements here and there. We're getting, you may be sick of HD remasters this week, but we're getting Assassin's Creed Rogue on PS4 and Xbox. That is a game that released on last-gen systems, and it's not as good as Assassin's Creed 4, but I just really like the Assassin's Creed pirate gameplay, so I'm looking forward to it when it drops in March. Anyway, that is some video games going on, but now we gotta do the console giveaway we do every single week. You know how it works by now. There's a link in the description below. You click it to sign up. You enter once, then you're entered for good. And then we go in and randomly choose one person to win a free console of their choice. And this week's winner is going to be this person right here. Congratulations. Be sure to keep an eye on your inbox, your spam box, because Tom's going to be getting in touch with you to figure out how we can send you your console. Also, we're catching up. If your name is Lewis, you won a console like 2 weeks ago, we followed up with you. Check your email. But that's this week. Let's talk about what's going on down in the comments. Cyberpunk 2077. What do you expect from it? What do you think we're going to see and when? Not only that, are you happy with Nintendo Direct's announcements? Do you want less ports, more new games? I certainly do, but I think Mario Tennis can keep me busy for a while, so I don't know.
Did you talk about Waluigi's hair?
No, we didn't. Fuck. That's very important. Let me know what you think about Waluigi's hair. First of all, the fact that he even has hair, I think is pretty great. But also let me know what you're going to be playing with all the stuff we talked about getting announced, and also if you're down with Xbox changing the way their achievements work. Maybe if you play on PlayStation, what would you like to see Sony do? Let's talk about any of this stuff down in the comments. We'll be down there talking to you guys. But, you know, we'll also be on discord.gg/gameranx if you want to pop in over there and hang out. Thank you guys for always coming around, and thanks for coming to Andrew's house while we do it here. Clicking the like button does help us out, and we really appreciate it. And if you are new, you should subscribe, because we put out stuff like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Pizza is on me.